Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's fourth and final video. So we're going to have a look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days for today's final video. So day 10 is going to take us around the 6th of September. We'll be able to extend out beyond that. Let's say GFS and ECM ensembles maybe around a couple of weeks. And have a look at CFS V2 for September at the end of the video. I shall get on with that for you in a second. Just say that the first video release was our 7 AM forecast. We also released the ECM WF 42-day forecast as well as January Friday. Been a busy day. Today. It can be live streaming after 10 o'clock night. Around 10 past 10, we'll have our first Friday night live stream for a couple of months. So, yes, we're back live streaming on Fridays from tonight. I shall see you then. Please like, share, subscribe on all our videos. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Right, we're going to start off in the tropical Atlantic then. So, we've got Tropical Storm Ida. More about that in a second. We've also got two disturbance areas. Now, this one just here yesterday looked like out of the three, that was the one that we didn't have to worry too much about. But that's actually gone red. That's become a red X with National Hurricane Center over the past few hours. So this is disturbance 2 and now has a 70% chance of cyclone formation in the next 2 days and an 80% chance in the next 5 days. So that's one to watch. Obviously, that could well become a tropical storm in the next few days. There's also this one up here. That's disturbance 1. That's giving a 50 to 60% chance of cyclone formation in the next 2 days and the next 5 days. Again, that is going to be one to keep an eye on. But the big one to watch in the Atlantic is going to be Tropical Storm Ida. Already giving maximum sustained winds of 45 miles per hour with a minimum set pressure of 1,001 millibars and moving northwestwards quite quickly at 15 miles per hour. Now, this is forecast to become a major hurricane, Category 3 hurricane, just off the Louisiana coast. So the current position is just here. It moves through the Gulf of Mexico, tears through the Gulf of Mexico really, through this weekend, powers up to a hurricane, and this M just here off the Louisiana coast is signaling that this is forecast to go to major hurricane status, Category 3 at the moment, hurricane status just off the Louisiana coast, and then moving inland through Sunday afternoon into Sunday evening and the early hours of Monday morning. Direct hit on the Louisiana coast. We're already talking about possibility of severe weather conditions for like New Orleans and places like that along the coast of the state of Louisiana. So again, it's definitely going to be one to keep an eye on. At the moment, it's Category 3. It's got time for this to power up. I think the fact it's moving so quickly might just be a saving grace with this to stop it being able to power up to Category 4 or Category 5. But if it was to slow up slightly, if it decelerate, say off the coast for a few hours, then that could be enough to get it up to Category 4 status. So this could become a really bad storm. Ida could become a really bad storm and need to be kept a very close eye on it. Of course, they will be keeping a close eye on it at the National Hurricane Center. This is how the GFS 6Z is currently forecasting this. So the current position of Ida is just there. Let's push through with this then. And there it comes into weekend, moving quickly through the Gulf of Mexico into Sunday. There it is off the coast of the Gulf Coast, just there, 958 millibars. That's getting towards Category 3 state. Goes down 995 millibars at 951 millibars. That is getting, I think that's getting like to a high-end Category 3. Probably at that point. If it goes down to like 945, that could start to suggest a Category 4. I think it doesn't quite go that low. So at the moment, the GFS is forecasting to hit Louisiana coast as a Category 3 hurricane, maybe a high-end Category 3 hurricane. But again, if it decelerates slightly, there is a possibility it might become even stronger than that. So Sunday into Monday is going to be the one to watch, I think, through there. If all that wasn't enough, we also have on the other side of America, on the Pacific side, we have Tropical Storm Nora there just off the coast of Mexico, off the Pacific coast of Mexico. So this is forecast to become a hurricane and move up to California off the Mexican coast. So that's Mexico's area, of course. So it moves direct. Normally these storms, they go in that direction through the Pacific and head off, into the same part of the Pacific Ocean and can sometimes find their way over to Japan. But this will be going directly northwards. And it looks like it's going to hit California, possibly as a hurricane, which is quite unusual, quite rare. That's happening. It has happened in parts in California, particularly southern California, has had a hit by a hurricane. But it is quite unusual, quite rare for that to happen. So that is one to keep an eye on. That's Category 1 hurricane making landfall on the southern coast of California there. Lot going on, lot to keep an eye on, and obviously we'll keep everybody updated about all of this in the next few days. A big thank to my friend Ben Ainty for pointing that out, what's going on at the moment with Tropical Storm Nora and soon to become potentially Hurricane Nora. Right, okay, so let's move on from that then. I'm going to have a look at, going to come back home. So these have the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles looking for Birmingham. So red line is the 30-year upper air temperature average for Birmingham, starting off close to a bit above average at the moment, staying a little bit above average, through to the end of next week. Went a bit up and down, bit of a cooler interlude there, bit of a warmer interlude there, maybe even a little bit of a zonal sine wave starting to appear. Looks but generally above average, generally warmer than average into the opening days of September, particularly this period here, around the beginning of the second week of September, could be quite warm, although there are these cool outliers down there, but we can't discount as well. Going to be loads of dry weather over the next week, 10 days, so that carries on. No high pressure going nowhere fast, really, for the next week to 10 days. And then towards the end of the first week of September, into second week of September, possibly becoming more unsettled. But of course, again, that is extended range stuff. Temperature anomalies from the 27th of August to 4th of September, a little bit below average for southern England, a little bit above average for Scotland and Ireland. Precipitation anomalies from the 27th of August to 4th of September going to be significantly drier than average. Latest wind flow map from earthnullschool.net shows that we're bringing in wind still from a northeasterly direction for southern and eastern parts of the country. That's explaining why we're bringing all of this cloud down the North Sea and into these eastern and some southern areas. Northwestern areas are under that area of high pressure still, so that's where the warmest, driest of weather is on average. And that's still the case. We go through the bank holiday Monday as well. This is how the UK Met is looking for bank holiday Monday. Should we put the webcam back up while we go through these charts? Why not? Right, so this is how UK Met is looking for midnight on Monday. High pressure again dominates weather just to our northwest. Winds pulling in from a northeasterly direction through into next week. High pressure goes nowhere fast, sticks around the country. Maybe just a bit of a hint by Friday next week. Week today, 3rd of September. Maybe just a hint that the high pressure beginning to decline slightly. But up to that point, the high is still in control of where it probably gets warmer, actually, through the early part of next week. The temperatures going into the mid-20s Celsius, I would have thought, in the south, as we lose the cloud and we lose the northeasterly and we turn into more of a southeasterly. Right, that's how I was going with the UK Met. Let's have a look at the GFS midnight run then. Here we go then for Monday. Again, high pressure dominating weather across Scotland, bringing in these northeast winds. They'll bring a lot of cloud with them. So bank holiday Monday could be a disappointingly cloudy day, actually. And then the high pressure continues, through most of next week. No changes, really. High does pull out through the middle part of the week to our northwest, allows a little bit more of a northerly influence, perhaps, before it starts to slip back in through the second half of next week. Again, as that slips in, it should get rid of a lot of the cloud, so you'll probably see more sunshine later next week and warmer temperatures with that area of high pressure. But eventually, high pressure is beginning to decline, so by day 10, which is 6th of September, started to turn more unsettled across Scotland, although still quite dry and warm across England and Wales. And then heading on into the extended range, it turns more unsettled, but the high pressure just gradually, weakens and deflates, and low pressure starts to come in from off the Atlantic. Just turn the webcam off very slightly so no, I'm not securing view. So just here, this is the remnants of a tropical storm and or hurricane very close to the Azores. That doesn't impact us directly, but it probably does have an effect are just overall beginning to weaken the high pressure. So by the time you get through to the 9th of September, we've got low pressure coming in off the Atlantic. It's looking more unsettled and still quite warm at that point, but beyond that, actually goes a little bit cooler as well, as being rather unsettled, particularly so for more northern areas. So gradually, in the extended range of the second week of September, there's just a gradual, decline in the high pressure, weakening of high pressure, and it begins to turn more unsettled. We talked about this in yesterday's video, of course. Right, this is how the GFS 6M is looking. Again, high pressure at the moment is over Scotland. Winds are coming in from that northeasterly direction. The coming week will be dominated by high pressure from beginning to end. High pressure will be in control. By next weekend, the high pressure just showing signs of beginning to weaken a little bit and slipping to our east. Low pressure beginning to develop in the Atlantic. By the time we get through to Sunday, the 5th of September, actually, we're beginning to break out of the high pressure domination, starting to bring some showy rain into southern and western parts of the country. And by day 10, we've got low pressure slipping away to our southeast. It probably has brought some quite wet weather even, into southern parts of the country. In the extended range with the 6M, we find that, again, low pressure gradually gets a little bit more influential with time. We still do have quite a bit of high pressure close to go, so it's not going to be a washout, but through the second week of September, we gradually nibble away at the ridge of high pressure and turn things more unsettled. And we finish up actually with quite a cold northerly setting in, with low pressure in the southern, or in the northern North Sea, and in the southern Norwegian Sea, trough over Scandinavia. So that is definitely like a blast of autumn by the very end of the GFS 6A. So very gradually, it looks like we're seeing indications here that things get more and more unsettled as we go through the second week of September. If you enjoyed this video, please smash the like button, make sure you sub to the channel. Thank you so much, everybody, for doing that. Drop a comment, let us know what you think about this and all of our videos. Right, okay, so it's our GM is doing again. Monday, dominated by high pressure. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all anti-cyclonic days. Very gradually through next week, the high pressure inches its way away to the northwest, starts to try and pull in some cool air from the north, but basically the high pressure stays in control until around day 10, when it looks like it's showing signs of decline, although it is still over the country actually at 1,020 millibars at day 10, 6th September, but it looks like gradually slipping, doesn't it, over time, just very gradually slipping to our east. Nevertheless, the GM does keep us mostly dry with high pressure domination for the next 10 days. If we could go any further than that, we'd probably see high pressure slipping away, but that's speculation. And then the ECM looks like this. So once again, we've got high pressure dominating on Monday, in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all high pressure dominating days once again. Next weekend, the high pressure declines quite quickly with the ECM. By Saturday, the high pressure, so let's go back actually, so by Thursday, sort of high pressure is right over top of the country. By Saturday, high pressure is over to Poland and the Ukraine. So quite a quick decline of high pressure with the ECM. It looks a little bit too progressive to me. Low pressure already knocking on the door, and we just look as though turning increasingly unsettled really as we go to day 9 and 10, day 10 being the 6th of September. Of course, so the ECM is breaking down the ridge quite quickly and starting to reintroduce low pressure from off the Atlantic by day 10. Precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from Tedesco.com shows loads of dry weather over the next few days. A few showers flirting with the east, coming and going, but basically we're high and dry for the next week. The first weekend of September, though, does start to see some rain coming in off the Atlantic. Here it comes, some wetter weather beginning to break through from the Atlantic by daytime. Got a massive rain waiting in the wings, and that's going to affect northern areas probably in particular. Right, let's turn webcam off and have a look at the options on the table within the ECM ensembles at day 10. So these are there from the Icelandic Met Office. From the Icelandic Met Office, even. This is going to get us to the 6th of September. Have 19 members of the ECM ensembles still with high pressure centred right over top of the country. High and dry with that one. 18 with high pressure to our west and northwest, and low pressure in over Scandinavia, winds in from like a northwesterly type direction with that. So still mainly dry, that's a little bit on the cool side. And then 14, including the control and the operational run, with high pressure not that far away, but weakening. The ridge is gradually weakening there, with low pressure there and just a slow decline of the high pressure. So by day 10, we might be starting to see signs of the high pressure breakdown. However, the majority option actually is this one, and that's going to have a high right over top of the country. So, you know, we could still be high and dry at day 10. In 2 weeks' time, these are the options that we're going to have, and this is going to get us to the 11th of September. 25 members of the ECM ensembles will have low pressure to the north and some higher pressure to the south. That's breaking the Atlantic through, and for Scotland and Northern Ireland, it's probably quite unsettled. For England and Wales could be a little bit drier. 15 have high pressure just to our east. We'll be bringing up potentially a very warm southerly or southeasterly flow, but could have some lower pressure through here, but it's trying to break through. And then 11 here have low pressure right over the country, over Scandinavia. This is the coolest, most unsettled option. Of course, that brings the wind in to the north, and with the mid-Atlantic ridge up towards Greenland, that would be really quite cool and potentially pretty wet as well. So, you know, we might see a breakdown of this high pressure by the end of the first week of September and into the second week of September, but it is still a little bit inconclusive, I have to say. You would not want to be betting, you know, betting the farm, betting the house on high pressure breaking down by the second week of September. So it's all to be revealed, of course. Finally, the CFS V2 for September. This is the 700 millibar high anomaly from the CFS for September. Today, this changes daily. Today, it's showing like a northern blocking signal around Greenland, Iceland, with a deep trough in over northern Scandinavia and into northwestern Russia. That means that we'll probably be bringing in a lot of cool sort of northeasterly winds during this September. I don't think it's overly wet. But we could, of course, with the blocking around Greenland and Iceland, we could get lower pressure coming in through this white area, which it does not show, but it could happen with a bit of a southerly tracking jet stream as well. But overall, it looks like quite a coolish signal there for September. The temperature anomaly is only around average, so enough to get excited about. Northern Europe actually looks a bit cooler than average, and no particular signal for precipitation. So, interesting chart. September's not really a month that you associate with northern blocking, but it definitely does have a bit of high latitude blocking going on there during September on this particular CFS 700 millibar height anomaly. Right, if you've enjoyed this video, please can you smash the like button, make sure you sub to the channel, make sure you sub to everybody for doing that. If you sub, you see future weather content. Tell friends and family to subscribe as well. It's great, it's amazing, thank you so much for doing this. And drop a comment, let us know what you think about this and all of our videos. We've got to put on around 50 subscribers now. That sort of a subs shot up overnight. Not sure what happened, but they went up dramatically overnight, put on around 15 overnight. So we only have to put on around 50 subscribers now to get to 11.9k. And when we get to 11.9k, we will begin our next draw, you know, for the GavsWeatherVids merch, the 2 pillows that we're going to give away at 12k. So you better start entering into that when we hit 11.9k. We've only got to put on another 50 subscribers, just about, to get to that target of 11.9k. So thank you so much, everybody, for getting us this far, and please give us a sub if you have not yet done so. Thank you so much. Right, but I'll tell you what's coming up over the weekend. It's going to be an absolutely epic weekend of content at GavsWeatherVids. So tomorrow, Saturday, we're starting off with the 7 a.m. broadcast. We'll have the third and final autumn 2021 seasonal model roundup, weekend broadcast, and also 10 to 14 day. On Sunday, again, it all kicks off with 7 a.m. broadcast. We'll release the GavsWeatherVids autumn forecast. I still can't get used to not having the .com at the end. The GavsWeatherVids autumn forecast will be released at 10 a.m. on Sunday with the final GavsWeatherVids season model roundup as well on Sunday. No, the final GavsWeatherVids Sunday roundup on Sunday. I'm getting myself mixed up. And also a sneak peek for winter 2021-2022 on Sunday afternoon, as well as a Sunday live stream. Sunday's going to be absolutely crazy. And then a historic video on Bank Holiday Monday, looking at the second half of 2020 and into 2021. So that's going to be an interesting historic video on Bank Holiday Monday. Monday. And to kick all of this off, the live stream tonight is returning. Friday night live streams are back from tonight, so I shall see you live after 10 o'clock. Around 10 past 10, we'll start the live stream, and we'll be here for half an hour or so, 45 minutes maybe, and we'll see how we're all doing, have a bit of a laugh on this Friday night. So I shall see you live tonight after 10 o'clock, hopefully. But for this one, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.